I'm so excited because after years of dreaming about it, we are finally building our garden this summer. We're going to be constructing 6 raised beds in this space. All of the wood we're using are stock sizes from our local big box store. We used cedar on everything except the outside of the frame. We used fir to save some money. See the description below for the size wood we used. This is our tools we used for this project. Don't forget your safety glasses and gloves. We used our air compressor with staples. Make sure the hardware you're using is rated for exterior so they won't rust. We are cutting the 4x4s here to 2.5 foot lengths, which is the height of our beds. We wanted to make our beds taller so they're easier to use, and it also allows us to bring in some good soil because we mostly have clay on our property. We're constructing part of the frames on our concrete slab because we are in mud season right now. The 2x4s are Douglas fir, and they will be on the outside of the beds so they won't be against the soil. We used a screw width to space the board on the bottom of the frame so that it won't be right against the soil. One screw is put in each board, and then we square it up and put a second screw in to hold it in place. We constructed all of the 8-foot long sides on our pad and then brought them down to our garden area. You can see how muddy it is and why we wanted to work on the concrete pad. The size of the beds are all 8 feet long by 4 foot wide by 2.5 foot high. We also were able to get a lot of stock sizes of wood, so we didn't have too much waste. This is my main job in helping out around here. I'm really good at holding things. And we attach the 4-foot sides, again 1 screw in each one until we square it up, and then the second screw locks it in place. Make sure your posts are level before adding the second screw in. A tip is to measure across the diagonal to make sure it's square. We're using our air compressor to staple the cedar fence boards to the frame. You can also do this with a hammer and nail, but it would add some time to the process. The cedar fence boards were 5 feet long, so by cutting them in half, they were the perfect length, although some of them need some trimming. One reason we mounted them on the inside of the frame is to help with bowing from the pressure of the soil. Andy's showing you how he measures to trim the corner board. This is the fast way to trim the tops flush. You could also measure each one and cut it before installing.
This is the end cap. So this is key because not only is it going to make it look nice, it's also going to give it strength, because when you get wood in here to try to push this out, so attaching this on the top is going to give it some lateral strength. But if you want to look here, here's the trick with this that you have to know about. So this is the same exact size, 8 foot, but you have to be aware we added this inside. So when this comes in, it's going to be in the way, so you got to back these up to there. So a trick on measuring this, all you have to do is all the way down there. See, I'm just putting it against that. We'll come to here, measure underneath, and we just got to cut it there. Got this cut. Remember, this wood's going to come across here. We're just going to butt join it, so to go like that. You're going to line up the back of this with the inside there, and then we'll screw this in.
The end cap gives it a nice finished look and also provides stability. We are really happy with how they turned out, and we can't wait to fill them with vegetables and flowers. Let us know if you have any questions in the comments below, and make sure you subscribe to follow our adventures at our farm.